Plato, a Greek philosopher, developed the idea of the tripartite soul, which states that the soul is made up of three parts: the rational, spirited, and appetitive parts. The rational part of the soul is responsible for thinking and understanding ideas, as well as making rational decisions. Plato believed that this part of the soul is immortal, and is the source of our ability to access the realm of eternal and unchanging forms or ideas. Imagine a student who is studying for a test. The rational part of their soul is working when they are focusing on understanding the material and making a study plan. The spirited part of the soul is responsible for feelings such as anger and courage, as well as our sense of pride and self-respect. This part of the soul is also closely tied to our sense of morality, as it is responsible for our sense of right and wrong. Imagine someone who is standing up for a friend who is being bullied. The spirited part of their soul is at work when they feel anger at the bully and courage to defend their friend. Finally, the appetitive part of the soul is responsible for our desires and appetites, such as the desire for food, drink, and sex. Plato believed that this part of the soul can lead us astray if it is not controlled by the rational and spirited parts of the soul. Imagine a person who can't resist the temptation of a delicious piece of cake. Despite their resolution to stick to their diet, the appetitive part of their soul is at work when they give in to the desire for the cake. In each case, one part of the soul is at the forefront, influencing the person's behavior, but the other parts are also present and interacting with one another. It's also worth noting that in an ideal state, all three parts of the soul should be in balance. For example, the rational part should guide the appetitive part in satisfying our desires in a responsible way, and the spirited part should guide our behavior towards moral good. In summary, Plato's tripartite soul theory states that the soul is composed of three parts: the rational, spirited, and appetitive, each part having its own specific function and influence in the human behavior.